Hi guys, I'm Ea. I'm a Filipina dancer, choreographer, artistic director, and founder of a Manila-based dance theater group called Ballet Dance Company. And I'm also founder of a guided, durational, free-form dance practice that is developed and originated from the Philippines that many people find liberating, transformative, and even healing. And it's called Daloy movement. Daloy is the Tagalog word for flow. And thank you Art Plus magazine for this privilege for me to share for 30 minutes this artist takeover. Hi, hello, hi, MSP Artography. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm actually really happy that Art Plus Mag is doing this. For more artists to be featured and for our stories to be heard, especially during this very historic time. I am right now here in La Union. I have a second home here for about a year now, so 2 days before like the actual lockdown in Manila, I knew that I can't stay in Manila because I'm too empathetic. I'm too, like, I'm going to die of stress versus the virus. So right now I'm living by the beach, and I have a loved one with me. So I'm very privileged that the last 2 months, I would say, is also kind of like a spiritual retreat. Hello, Jewel. Hi. Okay, so mainly there's a list of questions that I am to answer during this artist takeover. But as an overarching theme of this takeover, I think I will be covering my own perspective as to how the contemporary dance community in the Philippines is doing right now, and what I think will be the post-pandemic future for us performing artists. Okay, so basic questions. One, please tell us about yourself. I already did that, but yeah, I'm Ea Torrado. I came from a very, very strong classical ballet background. I used to dance with Ballet Manila and Ballet Philippines since I was very young, all the way up to my early 20s. I really, really, really had that white aspiration. I came from a lower middle class family. My mother was an OFW, and we were poor. And the first time that my grandparents brought me to SM North EDSA and sa food court, there is a ballet school, a dance studio, F. School of Classical Ballet. Immediately, I knew I wanted to be inside that aquarium where, and the teacher was American and she's so beautiful. Everyone's so beautiful. Everyone's so neat and perfect. They're doing perfect things. So yeah, I was able to convince my family to enroll me to a ballet class, even though it was so, so, so expensive. And every week, talaga, kasi pahihintuin na ako dahil wala kaming pera. But ayun, I fought for it. I would like threaten my grandparents and say I'm gonna quit school. I'm going to maglalayas ako if you make me quit. Like, I just loved ballet so much. And yeah, I was able to continue in my teens. Hi Ace! Hello! During my teens, I got a scholarship under Lisa Makuha. Hi Jonah! Hello! So there, I got a scholarship in my teens, and then I rose up the ranks in Ballet Manila and Ballet Philippines. I was able to tour abroad and locally as well, and also I was able to do the lead roles that I've always dreamt of doing. Up until, yeah, I hung my point shoes, I think it was 23 or 24, because I really, really just wanted to do my own work. I wanted to do my own choreography. I wanted to, yeah, explore making my own choreography, and also no longer try to become the white swan or the sugar plum fairy. Yeah, it was a huge shift for me. But as a background, that's where I came from. I worked with contemporary dance teachers both here and abroad, and that kind of opened my eyes up to these huge possibilities that there is in making your own work. So there. Um, and then in the last 6 years, 6 years ago was when I formed Ballet Dance Company because I wanted a platform for my own choreographies, both the short ones and the long ones. I wanted to be running my own group. And so yeah, this is actually our 6th year anniversary this May. So happy 6 years to us. Okay. What have you been doing during quarantine? I've been doing a lot of household chores. I used to live in Mandaluyong and it was so busy because my apartment was just 2 floors down from Daloy's dance studio, the dance studio that we are renting out. So I was very busy. We are always busy. We have projects right and left, commercial projects, more artistic passion projects. We have a school we're running because we're offering regular workshops and classes. And apart from that, I would get invitations to produce work, to produce either I'm dancing or I'm making other people dance through film, or whether that's a site-specific work, site-inspired, or so it was a huge shift. Hi, Ricky. Oh my God, nice to see you here. It's a huge shift. During the quarantine, I've never been this domesticated in my life. But so yeah, so it's been a lot of washing the dishes and washing clothes and helping in the kitchen and and staring into space. This is also a very provincial life because I'm in La Union, I'm not in Manila. So yeah, those are the things I've been doing since the quarantine. It's a total shift from everything, from what I used to do when I wake up to what I used to do when I sleep. How are you doing? How are you as a dancer or Valerie Dance Company director? The first month was hard. Hi, Japat 0622. The first month was hard. It was really hard. We live hand to mouth, me and the dancers. So we're really project based. We don't have investors, and we don't have, like, let's say, a grant giving body that supports us for 6 months or 1 year, or for the next production. And so, in as much as we want to focus all of our energies before into doing artistic work, we always had to do commercial work because that makes money, and I'm able to pay the dancers that way. I'm able to pay my rent that way. So I'd say the first month of the lockdown was really hard because that's an immediate, no one's getting paid anything, and no one's getting paid anything, like up until the next month or next 3 months. So that was big. And as a director, I was really brokenhearted because I really would always think, I wish I could give more or give some more to the dancers. So there was a lot of that. But I feel like, again, I'm very privileged and lucky that, I'm spending the lockdown here in La Union, and I'm just a couple of steps away from the beach. And, especially during the first month, we just have to be careful that the barangay officials don't see us when we want to see the sunset. I also don't have an ID pass, so I don't even know what the market looks like. So So yeah, it was difficult, but I think because of the beach, because of nature, because of other dreams of mine suddenly being fulfilled because I now have the time. So one of those is meditating every day. I I have a very fiery energy, so I just go, and I've always been like, I want to be able to sit down and meditate and be still, and I knew the benefits of that, the advantages of that, but like, to do it regularly, I would always have an excuse why I can't. So that's one of the very positive things that happened to me because of this lockdown. I'm able to meditate regularly, and also, yeah, I mean, have the ocean as this bed for me to cry on, like whenever I need to, and just process all the emotions that are coming up, both for me and my fear for myself as a person or as an artist, or of all of those, dreams for the next year that I have for myself and our projects, and now they're like gone. And also that whole, I guess, guilt because I couldn't give more to the dancers when this all happened. Okay, so MSP Artography is asking, what other genres of dance do you also do besides ballet? So I started with ballet, but it's really like great, amazing contemporary dance choreographers that I've met and worked with in the big dance companies that kind of really also inspired me to delve into contemporary dance. So now, in the last 10 years, I've been doing contemporary dance. And then I would say a part of the reason why I opened Ballet Dance Company is because I didn't want to be limited to contemporary dance. Like many, like at some point it felt like such a rigid label even. So I'd like to think that we've had works that are contemporary, not entirely contemporary dance, but also physical theater, but not entirely, but also dance theater, but not entirely, but also performance ritual, but not entirely. So I think I'd like to, maybe, I'd like to pride myself in believing that me and the dancers I've worked with and collaborators I've worked with in other art forms that they do, we try to do things that couldn't be easily defined or categorized as contemporary dance. There. Okay, how are you and Valerie Dance Company adapting to the new normal? Finally, after the first month of we just didn't do anything, I said, I think we just went to 2 Zoom meetings when we're just really checking in. We're just really giving each dancer as much time and holding space for one another, for all of our feelings, all of our confusion, and what felt right during that time is, you know what, let's take this time to rest. Let's rest, let's wait it out, let's ride it out, let's see what happens. There was so much pressure, especially in the first month, because everyone is offering free classes online, free shows, free everything, and on the one hand, the part of me that knows, of course, for the company to stay afloat or whatever, to stay relevant, well, we have to do some form of marketing by, putting out work despite the pandemic. But then, on the other hand, that really didn't feel right at all. And I just said, no, we're gonna rest. It's very important that our energies are good. It's very important that we're okay. That's the most important thing. Let's wait it out. Let's wait 2 months, maybe another month, and then to see how it goes. And then on the second month, middle, we started to realize, you know what, let's offer classes online. We wanted to continue the fluid payment scheme. Fluid payment scheme is a program, a form of payment that we have done for our classes in the last year, wherein we are advocating for equitable workshops and gatherings. So we opened now At Home with Daloy, which is a monthly calendar wherein we're offering dance classes, workshops, dance films, mental health check-ins, interviews, artist talks, that are focusing on movement, body mind centering, embodiment exercises, movement for wellness, and then everything is fluid payment scheme. When you say fluid payment scheme, we mean any student or participant can take it for free, so it's zero or free, or they have an option to pay $3, $5, $10, $15, $20 or more. So we're saying you choose the payment that you give. You choose based on your economic capacity and your perceived value of the class. So we have that going on, and we're really more transitioning towards equitable wellness and using movement, somatics, again, body mind centering, embodiment exercises that will help with mental and emotional health during this time. I feel like this is already something that we have been pushing forward in the last year through all of our workshops, and now we're feeling good about this one. How to still have that sense of, hi Carla, of community care despite our physical distance. So that's our project, and that's how we are coping with the new normal. That's for me in relation to the company and the company. Me, myself, I am pushing myself. I bought a ring light. I am pushing myself to know how to connect Zoom and Facebook Live simultaneously. I'm trying to get over my shyness. I'm trying to get over being intimidated by technology. I'm trying to learn how to talk to the camera or find a good angle for myself. I'm trying to still contemplate how I want the next volume, not only of my artistic practice, but the next volume of my life to be, because I'm 34. I'm turning 35 this year. And there's a lot of plans of dancing, of touring, for me and the company in the next 2 years. And that's what I realized. I'm choosing not to wallow in, let's say, sadness or like, I mean, I know that I could, but we preach flow, flow or daloy. So, it's, this whole thing is pushing me to go with the flow, and to ride the huge wave by relaxing more, I guess. So yeah, and it's I don't know if it's because I'm by the sea, and plus I've always felt in my gut that La Union is a very spiritual place. I mean, its name itself, La Union, the union, and I am a yoga facilitator. I'm a yoga teacher, but I don't practice teaching that. It's just one of the things that I was so interested in like 3-4 years ago, and studied and really ate, so that all the stuff that I've learned I could, add on to the other dance workshops that I teach. So it's been very spiritual for me, accepting that the world is going to be different, and that, yeah, part of adjusting to the new normal is a shift in perspective and a willingness to shift. So there, yeah, that's how I'm adjusting. Meditation is helping me. Okay. How has the pandemic affected? Okay, we've answered that. What keeps you busy during the ECQ? We've answered that. What are the challenges you are facing? Hi, Ayan. Hi, Eugene. What are the challenges you are facing? the technological challenge is still there. Um, Fear of not making enough money is still there. Um, um, Fear of the unknown, I think, is something that's always there. Um, so, if I be really honest, this whole experience is really teaching me how to trust and surrender. Um, yeah, to trust in the grand scheme of things, to trust in the timing of things, to trust also that I manifested this. I mean, I'm a strong believer of law of attraction, of quantum physics, of DNA activation. I love those stuff. Um, and so I believe in the perspective that we are each the universe, and everything that's external to us is a mirror of how we are inside. So I've always believed that internal work and inner work is a way to go wherever we are. So the challenge is it's a transition, and transitions are ugly. That's it. I mean, from caterpillar to butterfly, it's ugly. It's ugly before it becomes a butterfly. And so that's how I want to think of that. Hi, Rai. Um, yeah, so the challenges are some days when I'm in deep meditation, I feel like I get it. I'm good. I'm good. Like, all is good. All is well. All I need to do is keep my vibrations high, and I don't know, be a beacon of light whenever I do my workshops, my dance healing workshops, whenever I hold meetings with the dancers. Yes, be sensitive that they are in a different condition and even socioeconomic background than me, but this is not a time to come from guilt or shame, and this is not a time to be angry or anything like that. Like, first and foremost, I have to be healthy and hope that I'm turning 35. Maybe, hopefully, I could have the next 35 years of my life. Like, if performing in person is not possible anymore, I would like to remember that during this pandemic, I did my best to shine my light. Yeah. What do you think is the role of art or dance in this pandemic situation? What do I think is the role? It is, I think it serves the same function. It could serve the same function that it had been serving even before this pandemic, which is bring us together. I could definitely attest to that. Our workshops are bringing us together. Even these simple fundraising projects of production teams or production companies, actors, dancers, singers, or even in the visual arts. Sure, we are asking for money, but it is still a way for us to gather and be together and see each other's work and see that despite our differences, political differences, or despite our individual agendas, like, we found a common thing, which is deep down, we yearn to be consoled. We yearn to know that we are not alone, and it's very consoling that we have art to turn to. It's very consoling that people are doing videos, people are doing graphic designs, people are doing, it's amazing that, yes, we're facing a lot of problems, but it's pushing us on a collective level to, you know, um, try out different solutions and think together. I've seen in the dance community people who don't talk, groups who don't talk, and now we're like in the same Zoom meeting. And it's because, yes, I mean, it's not the time to be an individual, you know. So I think art and dance is serving its purpose, consoling us, making us feel less alone, and making us more human and humane, I feel. Hi Joni, hi Abby. Yes, art to turn to. I agree. I agree. How about its impact on the future of dance schools, companies, performance venues? Okay, for this question, I am honestly thankful that we are a small dance company. I am, just to tell you a quick story, last year I've been talking to investors for my dance company who are going like, we really love what you're doing, we really like your advocacies, we really like the works that you're putting out. Hey, we could invest, let's talk some more, and we're looking at plans for building a building, you know, in various dance studios so that we could have a headquarters. We don't need to rent anymore. So that's one. And then the other thing is that, you know, we've been talking to managers. There's supposed to be a huge touring for the company this year, end of this year. And we're going to tour in the US and then, you know, at some point in Europe. And it's like, okay, a lot of writing for me as a director, a lot of writing, a lot of meeting, a lot of, okay, let's shell out money or where are we going to get the money? And it's like, early this year, I was beating myself up for why am I procrastinating? Why isn't it happening? You know, and I was beating myself up. It's like, because companies not doing enough, you're not prioritizing, you should have prioritized that building, should have prioritized this investor and this store, etc., etc. So immediately, when first day of the lockdown, I'm sad, I have so many feelings and I'm angry, but I was really thanking the heavens that we don't have a physical headquarters and we don't have a building because it's like, that's huge money going to trash because of this pandemic. You know, and that's going to be a lot of headache on my part. And then the other one is, oh my God, if I did all I could and I went all in terms of managing logistically all the touring, again, a lot of international agents that the tour dance companies now are like, it's huge loss of finances. So I'm just really grateful that we're a small company because of that. That's on one hand. On the other hand, I don't know what's going to happen. Again, I'd like to think that dance schools who used to compete with each other, performance venues that are competing with each other now are, I guess, a little bit more kind or a little bit more compassionate or a little bit more open to working together or collaborating together. Of course, to cut losses and just to be kind to one another, to share resources. In my ideal world, I believe in barter exchange. I believe in shared community garden. I believe in a vegan lifestyle. I believe in not hurting the earth. I believe in not hurting animals. I believe in such cultivation of deep self-compassion. And for me, I get that through dance and I get that through movement meditation or stillness meditation. And I would say whatever rocks your boat, like, you know, whatever it is, like, but I believe in cultivating that the deepest self-compassion and self-empathy that one can have so that we could just be really deeply compassionate and empathetic towards one another and the earth. So in my ideal world, the new earth will have those values. So I don't know what's going to happen to performance venues. I heard that performance venues or gatherings could be opened like somewhat in September or October, and you have to be like 5 chairs away. So I don't know how the theaters are going to make money. I don't know how the malls are going to make money. I don't know. Dance studios could open and dance studios could risk it. Okay, let's have a really good teacher. Let's have discounts. People will come in. But I don't want to go to a dance studio. I don't want to risk that I'm carrying a virus and someone else could die because I went to the dance studio. And I can't risk that as well, that I'm opening something and one of the dancers or the students get sick. Like, I can't. So So, I believe that some of the dance leaders right now and some of the dance studios right now have very different ways of coping or accepting this fact that it's not going to be the same and that it's dangerous. Um, so I think all of us are going to be resourceful and be online. There is already a boost in dance film making, dance film as a language. I'm really excited now at this idea I had last week of um, performance via Zoom. I'm actually excited about different performances that could come out of the Zoom as a medium or live stream as a medium, all this technology. It excites me, the idea of, oh, you can choreograph the boxes, or you can choreograph unisons, or you can choreograph holding the camera. So it's a lot of, for me, this idea of treating the gadget as an extension of the body, because it is an extension of our human consciousness now that we have this. And I believe that even though we're not physically connected, waves connect us, magnetic fields connect us, so we are connected. So I'm actually interested in making work someday that uses gadgets as part of the choreography and choreographing for the audience that just actually sits and sees the boxes. I have an inkling that could speak of this time, being boxed and being framed. That's just one idea. I think there's a lot of performances, contemporary performances that could come out of this whole interweb situation. So I'm actually excited about that. Hi Dex! Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm 1 minute over time. How are you preparing for the post-pandemic future? On one perspective, maybe some people would say this is too self-centered. This is too small of a lens. But then again, on another perspective, and from my perspective, I think the deeper we go, the more, I don't know, the more chances of enlightenment we could have. And so I'm being selfish, and this is my active choice as to how I am preparing for the post-pandemic. When I say I'm being selfish is, if I don't put my mind to like exactly what's gonna happen next or what's gonna happen 2-3 years from now, because for me that also kind of feels, as a person or as individuals or as friends or as a country. So my preparation for the post-pandemic future is going back to who I am, going back to what made me love dance in the beginning, what dance means to me now, and now it is ritual and prayer, and now I try to pack my days with education. I try to excite myself by educating myself about what it means to fully live, despite the fact that you are afraid of dying and you are afraid that your loved ones might die, or that, already a lot of things have died or are dying. Our friends internationally, our friends in New York, or family of someone, and that whole sense of course it's heartbreaking when it's like kapatid na kapatid, pinsan, friend of a friend, but that experience of sometimes it closes in. So I'm being selfish in as much as I'm being self-caring and self-nourishing in the deepest way that I could, so that if and when I come out of this pandemic, my heart is not hardened, and I could probably have the chance to teach that in my workshops or dance that in the future choreographies that I'll make. So we have a last question. How would you like to remember these times? I would like to remember these times as yes, challenging, but it pushed us. It pushed us to level up individually, because we no longer can run from our own personal bullshit. Run or go to the bar, or run or go to the beach, or run or sleep around. Like with the many options that we have, or even like run and get lost in the black hole that is social media, inundated with images by what everyone else is doing, and we're just like, oh, am I gonna do like so much mental health issue because like we got with so many things that maybe we should be doing. I want to remember that this has been a very challenging time, but for those who are really willing to get through this, we were afforded the chance to not run away. We were afforded the chance to sit with ourselves. We were afforded the chance to mature. And we were afforded the chance to come together, but not come together, but I don't know, preparing us to, that glimpse of, you can show up for someone, you can show up for a gathering, to show up fully. What does it mean to show up fully? So, because we know that, people are dying. And those who are dying, we can't see them again. Like, they're not even given a proper burial. And their families don't even see them. And so this pandemic is really, really teaching us the value of life, and teaching us the value of choosing life. So that's what I want to remember when this is through. Salamat for joining me, guys. I'm over time by 7 minutes. Hi, Joanna. I appreciate that you stayed. I appreciate that you sumilip kahit papano. Just a very, very quick plug. I'm on Instagram, Ea Torrado. On Instagram and Facebook also, Daloy Dance Co. and Daloy Movement. And then again, we have happening at home with Daloy. These are workshops, classes. We're going to be interviewing some dance artists. We're going to be giving dance films, mental health check-ins. But we want the gathering to be, we want the self-care to be deepened by community care. It'll all be on Zoom. We'll give you the link. Just message us. And we stand for Equitable Wellness. And fully showing up for one another. Ricky. So stay safe. But this had come from a meditation teacher. I believe that we didn't come here to be safe. We came here to be sovereign. So I wish you sovereignty over your mind and your thoughts, so that you may stay healthy and well, in body, in mind, and in spirit. So that's what I wish for everyone. Thank you again for joining me. And maraming salamat, Art Plus. Mwah! Bye-bye!